What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are back today with another video guide and playthrough here. Continuation from my previous videos where I want to showcase the secret Avengers being useful extremely in this Doom Chapter 3 stage, especially with it being later on. For those of you who haven't got started on these characters, they're great to invest in because they're late game raid characters, but let's dive into the character reviews and I'll show you guys the gameplay here. So starting off, I do have Nick Fury here. As you can see, T4s on both his ultimate as well as his passive ability, but I love Nick Fury because he synergizes extremely well with the Secret Avengers. He operates very similarly to Maria Hill, and just his buffs and benefits is absolutely crucial. If you don't have Nick Fury, I would recommend actually utilizing Invisible Woman as well because similar to Nick Fury, she's got a lot of protection. She can provide offense down, gives a barrier, so operates a little differently from Nick Fury, but the purpose is similar. So, and I know Invisible Woman's a lot more accessible than Nick Fury just because of the fact that she's easier to unlock versus Nick Fury needing the 5 Kree minions. Next, moving on, it's going to be Hulk here. He provides a good amount of DPS for our team that we need, as well as he's accessible in the game, and he's got some great tankage to soak up damage, working in tandem with Captain Sam. He's going to benefit immensely from all the buffs on our team, so that's why I would recommend Hulk, and the fact that he's just available for many players. Next, as noted, Captain Sam here being really the forefront of the Secret Avengers team. I got a T4 on his passive, as you can see here, but really what he offers is the fact that he can provide speed up to his team, increasing his turn meter, giving us a faster advantage over the enemies, as well as that defense up, protection, as well as deflect. So I mean, absolutely amazing character, especially in the later stages of the game. I'm trying to boost him up right now in my Doom raids, and if you guys get a chance to work on these characters beforehand, you're going to be having immense value in the late game dividends later on. Next, working in tandem as well with the Secret Avengers is Sharon Carter. She provides amazing damage. She's got a handy stun and an ability block, so she's really going to be used here for utility. As you can see here for the passive, you don't necessarily need to bring this up because I only used her up to level 2 because you can see her level 3 and level 4. It only truly adds value in raids, and I wanted to demonstrate that you don't necessarily need these two upgraded, especially when we're trying to do campaign nodes here. So just a little food for thought if you guys are trying to mitigate resources here for the time being when you're trying to push through these nodes. And then last but not least, it is Maria Hill really rounding up our crew because of the synergy she brings to Secret Avengers. She operates very similar to Nick Fury. She can summon minions to soak up protection, take damage for our team, as well as having a very powerful heal, as well as additional damage to the enemy allies with the defense up. So I mean, absolutely an all-around package of her. That being said, you guys, that is the 5 characters I'm bringing on. So now let's dive into the gameplay. So as you guys can see, same placement as my first node there for being in my last video, 245k. And again, we have the ones that taking up damage, such as Hulk and Captain Sam being on the right side, away from our squishier allies being Sharon Carter as well as Maria Hill. So this wave, this node is definitely a little bit more management in terms of the actual clusters that come at you. But you can see here at the beginning, they do have Proxima Midnights there that can actually have a offense down and a stun, so just something to be mindful of. But I'm going to start things off once again with Captain Sam using the defense up capabilities. And you know what, we do actually want to summon allies here for us just in case we need them. So I'm actually going to flood the board here. I'm going to actually bring out the troopers. My previous node, I kind of watched what I was doing, but you really do want to take advantage of the fact that we have all these minions that we can summon, and we want to use them to soak up damage as much as possible, especially with these guys actually being near our power level. Keep in mind, we're the ones that are at a disadvantage because we didn't level up our guys as high as we should, and that's because I want to demonstrate how powerful the synergy of this roster is. So I'm going to see if I can actually get a stun there with my security, and it actually worked out perfectly. So now we can just take our time. Both Proxima Midnights are stunned, which is really good for us. Cull Obsidian is pretty much the only annoying aspect of this wave, just due to the fact that he's got that taunt and, you know, kind of slows us down a little bit. But we can use now Captain Sam's ability there to finish off one of the Proxima Midnights, and we'll go ahead and keep resuming our damage here. Perfect. I don't want to waste the ability block on him, so I'm just going to wait for Sharon Carter. Especially, you're going to see in the next wave that we're actually up against a Falcon and a Symbiote Spider-Man, so we definitely want to be ready for them when the time comes. So I'm going to go ahead and actually taunt here just to take away some of the burden away from Captain Sam. And really now it's just timing and waiting for this taunt to subside from Cull Obsidian. So really just biding our time, being patient. And it's absolutely beautiful how powerful the Secret Avengers are. I'm really glad we have more options now, especially those of you who are starting off Doom Chapter 3 and don't have these guys built up yet. This is one of those like great rosters to build up, especially saving on resources. You don't need to level up other characters. We take down Proxima Midnight now, and that's 8 out of 11 enemies left. And you can see now that the Falcon and Symbiote Spider-Man actually spawn, so we need to be mindful of them now. Ideally, that's exactly why I saved Sharon Carter's abilities there, so we can at least ability block Falcon. I just don't want him being able to use the speed up on us, and that worked out very well. So I'm going to keep up the buffs here. You can see how much benefits we're getting from this entire roster, and we're going to see if I can actually finish off that Creed, because might as well take off the weaker targets. We knew these guys were going to come eventually. And fortunately, there's not actually a lot of damage dealers in this node, so I definitely think it's easier than Doom Chapter 3-4. But it's just being mindful of the ones that are coming. Like Falcon and Symbiote Spider-Man can give you a hard time if you let them use their abilities to run loose. But we were able to time our ability block just well, and you can see Symbiote Spider-Man's almost down too. So I'm actually gonna try and I'm going to finish him off with actually with the stun. Usually I don't like to aim for someone that's about to perish, but the fact that Symbiote Spider-Man can actually have a stun or some sort of slow, that's why I want to be mindful of. I'm going to give Hulk a little bit of a heal there with taunt, and we're going to try and finish off Symbiote Spider-Man. And now with this 4, it's really not a big deal now. At this point, it's really just kind of maintaining the attacks and watching the order here. Because at this point, they don't really have a lot of damage dealers. It's just really Corvus Glaive, and he only really truly shines with Proxima Midnight if the Proxima made it to this late of the battle, which I would assume you guys would try to focus. So not a big issue there. Now a great opportunity here to activate Nick Fury's ultimate once again to actually summon some allies here, because we know Captain Sam, there's always going to be a defense upcoming with energy, so that's exactly why we do that there. And now we just go ahead and try to finish this off now. At this point, it is just biding our time and just using our abilities until the time is right. So, I mean, I am actually going to use Sharon Carter's ability there to apply defense down and the ability block. And you know what? Why the heck not? Let's just go ahead and summon more allies for us just to soak up some damage, just in case. You just never know when Corvus is going to attack your weakest target. And beautiful timing with Captain Sam's ultimate there. The speed meter is much appreciated all the time, and the buffs are just absolutely essential. You can see just how beautiful the synergy of this roster is. It's extremely dangerous. I really feel bad for them right now, because you can just see how many buffs we have, and we're just about to swarm them. There we go. Absolutely diabolical. I mean, I just remember these nodes being a lot more difficult with the original Avengers, but you can see how good of a time we really had. And keep in mind, we're under level 2, only 245k. So I mean, is there an opportunity for you guys to utilize a weaker team than this? 100%. So keep in mind too, as I mentioned earlier, that you can definitely substitute Nick Fury for Invisible Woman if you do not have access to Nick Fury, just because he is more difficult to achieve with the Kree characters being harder farm. So thank you as always. I hope this video was able to help you guys push forward, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.